charge of knowing what I can do that part of your job. 2 minutes.
George, let me borrow your pen. I'll let mine.
I'm Mary Campbell, and I welcome you on behalf of the Queen Anne's County League of Women Voters. The League of Women Voters' mission is to encourage the informed participation of citizens in their government. We're a nonpartisan organization, and as part of fulfilling our mission, you have this forum where you get to talk to the candidates, ask them questions, meet them. We also put out the voter's guide that you've gotten, and it will be in some of the newspapers. We put out this guide to government officials for Queen Anne's County, which is right there on the table. And also right there on the table is a little bit about the League of Women Voters, and this is a membership form. We'd love to have your support. This is a particularly busy time of year for us, and we would love to have your help. So if you're interested, please pick up one and fill it out and join us. We had thought that we were going to be able to videotape this and have it on QAC TV. It turns out that we are not able to do that because I guess the public access channel is now not part of the county for a while. So we are going to go to the county commissioners, though, and ask them if perhaps we can videotape the one for the general election. We personally are videotaping this because we like to have a record of what people said and the questions that were asked. And as part of the modern age, we are going to be putting it on YouTube. So probably on Sunday, is that right, Annalise? On Sunday we'll be getting it to YouTube. It's going to be a little bit of a pain in the neck because I think you can only see it in 15-minute segments, but that's the best we can do. We will have a CD of it, so if somebody really wants to study it, I'm sure we can lend it to you for a while. I want to thank the candidates very much for joining us. This is not a high-paying job they're trying to get, and they really are interested in serving the public, and we appreciate it a great deal. We appreciate their coming and sharing their thoughts and their vision of the county with us. So I would like to introduce our moderator, who is Dana York. I think she's going to let the candidates introduce themselves one by one. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Dana York, and I'll be moderating our session tonight. As with all our forums, we do have some ground rules that I'd like to go over before we start. The first one is, if you have a cell phone, please turn it off at this point, or turn it to stun or something else. This is an infinite informational forum. And so questions, when you're going to give your question time, we're going to have opening remarks and then we will have questions, are supposed to be to a specific candidate. If it is one where there is 2 individuals in the district, we'd also give the second person a chance to answer the question. The questioner has 45 minutes to ask your question, and we will also ask you to say your name and the town that you are from so that they know where you are from. We also have the candidates then have 2 minutes to answer your questions at that time. We ask you to refrain from personal questions that refer only to you. There's plenty of time to talk to the candidates at another opportunity or after this forum, but these should be things that are of public interest to Queen Anne's County. And public exchanges this are best if we observe a lot of civility and decorum during the time we're here. So again, don't ask questions that are just specific to you, but ones that you think the general public. I will be very timely with you, and we have timers who have cards that they will hold up. When you reach a 15-second period, they're going to show it, and when it says stop, we're going to stop you, even if you're in the middle of something. Because we only have 45 minutes for open questions, and if 2 people answer, that's almost 3 or 4 minutes each. So I'm going to be very timely with you on that particular aspect. So with that, we are going to start the forum with a 2-minute for each candidate to introduce themselves and to say why they were interested in running for their particular office. And we had a drawing before we started, and Mr. Neil Jackson is going to start, be the first, and we will go to this way, to my right, and the last one, of course, will be Jack Broderick. Then we will have the 45 minutes in between, and then we will have closing remarks of about a minute and a half at the end. And with that, then we will start with Mr. Broderick and go the opposite way for the end of remarks. So with that, I'm going to ask for Mr. Jackson to begin.
Thank you, Janie, and thank you, Lee. We are very grateful as candidates for all the work you do and all the effort that goes into setting up these forums. So, please keep up the good work. I'm Neil Jackson, and I think I can genuinely say that in the context of the selection, I'm the common sense candidate for Commissioner at Large. As a commissioner, I promise that I will be fiscally conservative, that I will encourage sensible but sustainable economic development, and I'll keep integrity and openness in government. If I had anything to do with tonight, I would certainly be sure that this was sent out over QAC. I would also want to protect the Bay and our quality of life. Now, how am I going to do that? Well, I bring to this job a lifetime of skills. In management positions which I've held, I've been a relentless economizer, even to the point of being infamous in some circumstances. I've served on numerous boards as chair and member, and I have always worked towards unity, and I've brought win-win solutions to problems that arose in organizational and governmental contexts. But as important as that is, being independent is also important in this job. I'm not a part of any good old boys network or any good old new boys network or anything. I am a part of a citizens network, and that's the group that I will be serving. I want to do what's right, not what's political. I'll bring new leadership to this. Now, a word about economic development. Economic development does not equal real estate development, although it's important to note that real estate development is an important part of economic development. We need to create new jobs and new economic activity, and so in doing so, we need to find ways to encourage our local entrepreneurs as well as our others. So all I can say to you is that Queen Anne's County is a great place to live. Together, we can make it even better.
Thank you. Mr. Gannon?
Thank you, and thank the League of Women Voters for having this forum tonight. For those who don't know me, I'm Joe Gannon. I live in Churchill. I'm running in District 1. That's north of here. I was born and raised around here. I went through the school system here. I've been married for 27 years. I have 2 sons. They went through the school system here. I'm very proud of that. Some of my accomplishments are, presently I am chairman of the Democratic Central Committee for Queen Anne's County. I've been past vice president of Queen Anne's County Parks and Rec Board. I've been president of Queen Anne's County United Way. I've sat on the board of the Red Cross and numerous other boards. My main issue, concern, however you want to label it, is taxes. I'm really concerned about the high taxes we're paying. I'm really concerned that some elderly people really can't afford to pay the property taxes that we have. If I'm elected commissioner, I'm going to do everything possible to keep our taxes as low as we possibly can. Serving on the school board, it's on there for 3 years. Everyone knows that's a big part of the budget. I learned a lot sitting on that school board. I think that's made me better prepared for this position than any time in my life. You learn how to deal with 5 people, and you learn how to deal with a large budget. Every year that I was on the school board, the teachers got a raise, and yet we still had a surplus. I think the county needs to be more accountable in some of their departments. I strongly support the emergency services and law enforcement. I strongly support the teachers. But all other departments really need to be looked at. Ladies and gentlemen, the main thing I want to do is keep the good quality of life that we have in Queen Anne's County. Please vote for me, Joe Gannon. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Dean?
Good evening. First, I'd like to thank the League of Women Voters for the opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Howard Dean. I'm running for Queen Anne's County Commissioner in District 1. I'm a lifelong resident of Queen Anne's County, and as well as owning and operating a successful farming business for the past 45 years. I attended Centerville High School right here. I served on the chairman of the Farm Service Agency from 1996 to 2006. I am currently on the Board of Appeals of Queen Anne's County, and I'm a member of the Farm Bureau. I feel like the Board of Appeals has given me an opportunity to learn more about the county and be able to help in many ways. I am very confident in being a landowner and a business person, and feel like I'm qualified to serve the people of Queen Anne's County. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Krozak?
Hello, my name is Win Krozak. I live in Chester, Maryland. I'd like to thank everybody here for being part of the process, because unless people get involved, we can't make sure that our way of life and the way that we live and the taxes, we have to make sure that the citizens get together and make the politicians do the right thing. I'm very lucky. I actually get to live the dream here on Kent Island. I work here. My family, my daughter's been through the whole school system here. I helped bring the largest largest employer, private employer, PRS Guitars, to the county. I met with economic development. I've been in top management for 20 years with Paul Reed Smith Guitars. And I consider myself a fiscal conservative. In fact, one of the things I want to do immediately after I get elected is to get the citizens together in open meetings like at the high school and have the citizens tell the commissioners, give all the recommendations. You pay the taxes. You're the ones that should be making the decisions where these dollars are going. So instead of just having a board right off the get-go, you need to be a part of it. And I think that's the first order of business. I have to tell you, the main reason why I got in the election, I came in at the last day. And I had no intention of originally running for office. I've been highly involved, though, because I'm the former president of Kent Island Defense League, and we had stopped the 1,350 homes in the Chesapeake Bay critical areas. But what really concerned me is when I saw the signs, I saw who was aligned with whom. And it became clear to me that if I didn't step up and other good people didn't step up, that a lot of the good the citizens had done with the Stevensville and Chester CAC would get undone in very short order. One of the greatest threats that the Stevensville and Chester CAC, which I was a part of, had decided that the greatest threat was Four Seasons, and that may come up in the next couple of months. So thank you.
Thank you. Mrs. Hayes?
Yes, good evening. My name is Arlene Taylor, and I am running for Commissioner in District 3, where I do have a few points that are a great concern of mine. I would like to speak from my heart on tonight, and will occasionally jot down to look at my palm card. I am a native of Queen Anne's County, born and raised here 48 years, and to see the change in Queen Anne's County, housing, affordable housing for our people, better health care, and senior care for our senior citizens. My father is 81 years old and applied for senior housing and was denied. Worked and labored here all of his life and was denied. More and better recreation for our children, whether color or creed or religion. We are losing our children by the numbers. And okay, we have to travel to Annapolis to get them involved in different things. No movie theater, no bowling alley. Travel to Kent County to go bowling, have family activities. I want to see some recreations here in Queen Anne's County for our children. And last but not least, budget. I know budget. 14 years, founder and overseer, chosen generation. Lights have never been turned off. Church is growing, reaching out, just distribute 100 book bags, fully supplied to the kids of Queen Anne's County. So I know budget. Thank you. New face, new voice.
Thank you. Mr. Roderick?
Thank you. I'm Jack Roderick.